Okay, before we get into today's episode, there's some rumors that I want to address. And I don't want to hear anything from you two. Okay? Hear me out.
Okay, I won't interrupt you.
There's some rumors I want to address. In the last episode, I was reading through some comments, and a lot of people said that I was breastfed until I was 9 or 10 years old. And apparently, some people out there don't understand sarcasm. I was actually breastfed until I was 11.
I knew you were going to say that.
So,
Brandon was not
look up sarcasm. Please go to Google, type in sarcasm, because I know a lot of you don't understand what it means.
And also, I'm sick of people telling me how to talk to my own siblings.
What
were they saying that?
I just feel like that's always been a thing. Is like people like, you guys are so mean to each other.
I know. I'm sure there was comments like that.
We clearly love each other so much. Like,
we love each other so much.
Let's fucking roast each other. Let's go. Let's start with Brandon.
Go ahead, roast me. There's not much to roast.
You look like a pale chicken cutlet.
I literally just said that to Scarlett as we were leaving. I was like, I feel like I look raw.
You do too.
Pale chicken cutlet. Okay, show everyone your toes, Claude.
My toes look great.
Show them.
I'm not showing my feet.
Why are you scared to show your toes?
Why are you trying to get me to show my toes, you freak?
Roast you? I'm not good at roasting.
Sing the jam.
If I did a roast thing, it would literally be like the Michael Scott thing where he starts to get irritated.
If you actually roast Kennedy, she'll probably get irritated. Yeah,
I will. Yeah,
you'll probably start raging.
Well, it depends on what it's about. Sometimes you'll roast me.
Old knobby knees.
Oh, knobby knees.
Yeah, don't make it about my fucking body.
That's what roasting is.
No, you can roast my personality. You can roast. Actually, I don't really care if you roast my body. Actually,
This isn't a channel about roasting. Okay?
Well, I'm just saying. I'm not one of those people.
You can't take it.
Yes, I can. Don't act like I can't fucking take it. Yes, I can.
You can't take it. You'll start raging out. You'll get mad. You'll walk off set. You'll throw the mic.
People believe you like they believe that I say that. Listen, I don't care. I'm letting people believe whatever the fuck they want these days.
Well, we could start a conspiracy that we're not actually siblings. And this is all.
No one's gonna believe that.
Stupid as fuck.
You and I look alike.
Kenny doesn't look like us. You and I look alike.
Me and
She
Kenny
doesn't look like
alike.
us. For all we know, you're adopted. We don't know.
We're all white and basic looking. So yeah, we do look alike.
What does that mean? There's a lot of white basic looking.
Yes, we are. You look like every blonde woman. I look like every redhead woman.
All of us.
You look like every. You look like every white brown.
That is so not true.
Well, people do say it. They'll send me just like some random white guy, and they're like, "Bro, this looks like you," and I'm like,
I used to get annoyed by people constantly telling me I looked like other people, and then I was like, yeah, I get it. Like, I don't really see it as an insult, you know? Like, people.
Oh, I have something really funny.
What?
So there's this. Have you seen that movie like Stranger Things or like what's it called? It's on Hulu.
Poor Things.
Me
and Scarlett just watched it.
No, I haven't watched it yet, so don't ruin it for me.
Well, I watched it with Kate, but
I know what it's about,
this
but
made
don't
me
ruin
laugh
it.
so hard.
I fucking loved it.
Mom was like, I can really see Kennedy playing this role. And then and this was before I watched the movie. And then I watched the movie and I was like, because the whole time she was basically pretending like
Right. Don't say anything.
A baby. I know what it's about.
You know my favorite part? There was a sex scene and there was this like mutant West Virginia looking guy walking on all fours. That part was wild.
When?
You don't remember? You're probably high. She probably forgets half the movie.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
But, dude, I loved it.
Yeah.
It was so weird.
Okay, moving on because I haven't seen
How was your
boring
wedding,
me.
Claudia, that you went to? Claudia went to like a bougie, fancy wedding with a whole bunch of
By the way,
the top fitness people.
Our mother's stuck in traffic, but
yeah, our mom's stuck in traffic, so we just started without her. Sorry, Mom.
The channel started with us. It's supposed to be siblings originally, remember?
Yeah, that's true.
Walsh World.
Claudia, how was your wedding?
It was great. We had a blast.
Is that it?
Yeah, what do you want me to give you all the details? You weren't invited,
Where did
so
you go?
Can't know.
Oh, damn, I see.
Somebody's feeling cunty today.
Yeah.
I'm feeling cunty every day.
Wait, did you eat yet?
I have had breakfast and snacks.
I didn't.
I can tell that you didn't eat.
need
I was
lunch
literally going to
bad.
message you and tell you to eat before you came here because you posted a TikTok last time after we finished the last podcast and you're eating. I was like, that's why she was like so irritated because she didn't eat anything. Because you work out, you don't eat anything, and then you come
I
here.
don't have fucking time. You guys do this in the middle of my
Hangry.
day. We need a better time. We need like a morning session.
Yeah, this is.
I woke up at fucking
Just
11:30.
eat something. Because when you two don't eat something,
I
you're
wake up
like
at like
evil.
8:30. I don't have time.
Okay, first of all, I don't get evil anymore. I'm medicated.
She's on 100 milligrams.
The other day I was at the doctor and I told her I was on Zoloft and she was like, what are you, 25 or 50? And I was like, 75.
You're on 75.
Oh my, you're off the scale?
Listen,
no, it goes up to 200.
And I could easily go up to 100.
What if you took 200?
They offered me 100.
What would you feel like if you took 200?
I probably at that point would stop feeling things.
Yeah, you would have no emotion.
Yeah, and I don't want to lose all of my insanity because
you would be like not human anymore. You think you would lose your creative ability?
Yeah.
You lose a lot. Like you become literally just like
you lose
dry.
your sex drive. I'm nothing without my sex drive.
Because you're really putting it to use.
Yeah.
What are you on, Claude?
50.
50.
I could probably go up, but it's fine.
What is this, a competition?
Yeah.
Listen, I got offered 100 and I turned it down.
Your doctor sounds like a drug dealer.
No, but I think just because when you go into the doctor's office and you're basically like bawling your eyes out to this woman, she probably was like,
well, yeah, she also told me that if I wanted to go up to 100, she would.
Yeah, but she didn't offer me 75.
And I was like, then I'm not fucking going up to 100.
No, she offered me, or she didn't offer me 75, which I thought was weird, but I'm fine on 50. Takes the edge off,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
I'm on an amazing
Does it
cocktail
actually
of
make you
medication
feel like
right now.
You're on what?
An amazing cocktail of medication.
Yeah, but,
say that.
well, you don't do that much stuff. You're just on that and you smoke.
No, it's just weed and Zoloft.
I'm shocked.
She's fucking Mr. What's his name? Towley from South Park.
Towley. Oh yeah. I was like,
high all the time.
Yeah, and
She's
I loved
living-
that character when I was a kid.
She's living
Kenny
her.
was the last person I would have guessed that would have liked weed.
It's the last person I would have guessed too, but I have never been better. Truly.
That's crazy. Like I thought it would have been like me or something, but I just can't.
We've never actually gotten truly high together.
No, we haven't. I did it once with Claudia and it was the funniest thing ever. I was laughing so hard I couldn't breathe and I thought I was going to die.
Every night with me and Scarlett.
I just couldn't do that every night. Like I need my brain to be working normally, not
Oh, I love thinking clearly.
in the clouds. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate thinking clearly.
Yeah, but you like make money by doing like creative little weird things.
So it's perfect for me.
So
Yeah,
for
I
you,
couldn't
you can
do
get
it.
high.
I would get nothing done.
Like if you're like a doctor or something and you get high as often as you do a brain surgery and end up like fucking somebody up.
Yeah, that's the thing. I've also never enjoyed things like that where I have to focus. I can focus doing art high.
Mm-hmm.
It actually makes me sometimes able to focus better.
Mm-hmm. Have you seen that thing where it's like the guy tried every drug that like exists that you can get your hands on and then he created an art piece? So each drug had to do its own art piece. So he did like LSD. There was the LSD art piece. He did weed, and it was his like interpretation through the weed. And he took like a huge dose. You should look it up.
Were they good?
Don't tell her that because then she's gonna start doing other drugs.
No, I
don't think she's gonna do other drugs.
I don't have a desire to do any other drugs besides
It's
mushrooms.
just interesting to see how people interpret things through the lens of different drugs and like
I
how
also
their art is
don't
different.
drink. I rarely drank, and drinking is so fucking bad for you.
Mm-hmm.
Like
drinking's
so
terrible,
horrible for you,
I know.
and yet.
There's people that drink every day.
Well, there's
every weekend.
people that drink every single weekend, and that's genuinely awful for you. Weed, I'm sure weed has its negative effects to some degree, but it can help people so much, and that's literally why cancer patients use it. And it literally does help me with my anxiety too.
It doesn't give you like a hangover.
It does, but I'm
make you feel
kind of
cloudy.
used to it. And even before I started smoking, I would still wake up feeling super groggy all the time. So it's like doesn't make a big difference. It literally just like it makes me feel like I can relax.
She's gonna be mad we started without her.
Claude, do you have worse hangovers since you're getting older?
Yeah, but like for example, the wedding we drank and I was okay the next day. I was just tired. Really, we started without you, Mom. Sorry.
Oh, her face just went from smiling to like wanting to kill someone.
Anyway,
One thing about our mother, she fucking hates traffic.
yeah, God, that woman.
Like I grew up thinking that traffic was the fucking devil. Meanwhile, when I'm in traffic, I'm like going
I don't mind
slow.
traffic.
I love going slow. I'm like this is so
Unless you have
not
somewhere to be and
scary.
you're late.
I never have somewhere to be, to be honest.
Oh, and then when I say, where do you have to be? You're like, I have things to do.
Yeah, I don't ever really say that though.
Yes, you do.
And if I do, it's things I have to do at home. I'm never in a rush to go somewhere unless it's like a doctor's appointment.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Like, you
Even
have somewhere
then.
that you have to be at a certain time, a hair appointment, something like that.
Yeah, but I'm never in a rush. I usually leave with a good amount of
I know. I'm always late.
You wouldn't get it.
What were you saying? Do you still get hangovers? You didn't finish it.
Wait, did you get sick this weekend?
No. I was
Shocking.
fine. No,
Well, you
I
posted your story.
I
of
feel
Jesse.
like you were sick. I feel like you had a hangover.
No, I wasn't.
Oh, because you posted something about like
I was just in bed.
Jesse was working out outside like
You were a dried up
like a
sponge.
psychopath.
Yeah, I was just laying there relaxing in bed.
That's not normal.
I thought you had a hangover.
No, I have. When I drink now, I'm very careful about how much I have.
Jesse's literally addicted to working out.
He's actually not. He takes a lot of days off now. He takes a lot of days off.
Big Jen.
No, he does.
Big Jen.
When I had my blisters the
town,
next
guys.
day, he was piggybacking me
Stick
all
your
the way
butt in
from
my
the
face.
beach.
That's a real
Can
man.
she sit on this side?
Can I clear this up?
You gotta grab the mic first.
He was not breastfed till 9.
I know. I told him I was breastfed till 11.
Mom, no one can hear you if you're not talking in the mic.
Oh yeah, he was not breastfed.
Yeah,
till 9.
11. Get it right. I told them that no one
And now,
understands
Brandon, tell
sarcasm.
them
He was the one out of all
Brandon,
three of you that
tell them
wanted
that
to
you don't
be
care when
breastfed
we
the most.
interrupt you and talk over you.
Oh, I care.
No, he doesn't. We've literally like
I care.
care.
There's just so much disrespect in this family that
people are going to think you're serious.
it's
Stop with the
bubbling over.
sarcasm.
No.
Keep saying it. Keep saying it. Keep saying it.
I told you, people don't understand.
He doesn't care. He's not a sensitive person because he grew up with 2 sisters.
Listen,
Well, after these podcasts, I go
I
and
don't
cry in
know.
my
I
room.
think
So I
your
mean,
feelings get
I
hurt
wish you
sometimes.
did.
No, they don't.
Yes,
No, they
do.
don't.
If his feelings get hurt, you can tell because he'll be extremely mean back.
Yeah.
That's the only
I
time.
We know Brandon well enough to know when we're actually hurting his feelings.
And also, he used to have anger issues as a child and took it out on us. So
well, if I fire back one of you, I always feel really terrible afterwards.
Exactly.
Like I felt bad when we were
always-
doing the brand deal thing. And I like yelled at
did?
you. Yeah, I felt bad. I was like, "Fuck!"
Because
I didn't care at all.
Yeah, but I can get like really mean if I
Feel
want
bad
to.
when you
fucking
yell at
funny.
me, not them.
When do I never yell at you?
You have yelled at me
no,
before.
In the past,
maybe
yeah.
years
In the
ago.
yeah.
I don't know. I'm not.
Listen,
I'm
listen.
really not sensitive to you for some reason. Like if you yell at me, I literally forget about it in 5 minutes.
We've
Well,
all
that's
been
good, 'cause I
we've
thought
all
about that
been
afterwards.
genuinely mean to each other before, but to me that's love. If you can't be mean to somebody and
Don't
then
be mean to someone. That's love.
yeah, but if you can't like not even mean, but just be like sometimes human beings are angry and mean and we don't handle it in the best way. And it's like if you apologize after that and show that person that that's not how you actually feel about them, that's kind of what relationships are, because you can't be expected, especially with family, you can't be expected to never lash out at them. Like that's kind of ridiculous to me. We are so close and we spend a lot of time together and we see each other all the time. It would be odd to me if I never got irritated with any of you.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
Well, I agree for siblings, but I don't think so for a mother.
I think sometimes it's fun to just get a reaction out of somebody.
Everybody gets irritated with their mother. It's a thing. No matter how much you love your mom or how amazing she is, she will still.
Yeah,
Anyone
but I
that
like
you
tr-
spend enough time with will irritate you.
Exactly.
Period.
I try not to be like that person.
You're not.
I really try.
You don't get on my nerves at all anymore.
Well, that's
Anymore.
good.
Yeah, I don't get irritated by you like I used to.
That's because you have a
I know,
girlfriend
I
that
think-
you're
No, it's
happy.
because we all have
No,
our own lives and we're all
Yeah,
happy.
yeah. I think when I was younger, I used to
Yeah.
get irritated a lot with Mom because we were such different people.
I don't find that you get irritated with me at all.
No, I don't. But
Now.
I think, well, first of all, I think there was.
She used to.
Used to.
Yeah,
But not
I
now.
she's
don't
saying
now.
now. She's
Now.
saying now.
And you
Not at
say,
all
do
now.
I now?
You do sometimes.
When?
Not
You have snapped at Mom
recent-
a few times that I can like think back on when she gets upset.
When? Recently?
You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
what was it?
You just
I
snapped
don't
at
remember what
Claudia.
it was.
That was a snap.
Yeah, that was a snap.
I don't remember what it was. It
I
was
can be a
something.
cunt. I'll admit it. I always, but that's the thing. If I hurt someone's feelings, I'll own up to
I
it
don't
and
remember.
apologize.
I don't remember, but
That's
there was
growth.
something.
So you just
Oh,
you yell at them and then apologize right after.
at people. I don't yell at people.
God. I could feel the sound waves.
I'm playing
play it.
Why are you guys looking at me like I'm a fucking bully?
I'm
I was gonna say something and then my mind went blank.
because
Yeah,
my
no,
head
I'm
is just
thinking-
replaying the way you just yelled, and it. The more it replays, the more psychotic it sounds.
Oh, Mom, I was telling Kennedy how that I keep forgetting what the movie's called.
Poor thing.
Yeah, Poor Things. How you
Oh,
said
yeah.
Kennedy would be a good actress for that, and then you told me that before, but then I was watching it and I was like, like how
Except
she
for
was
the sex scenes.
not the sex scenes, but like in the beginning, like it was almost you're almost like bashing Kennedy in a way that she could be good for that
No,
role.
I wasn't.
No.
I'm saying
When the
how
girls
good
were,
I
like,
think
the
Kennedy
girls
could
walking
play.
like,
When I was
Yeah.
watching it, I would love to have
You got
played a role
of
like
Of course,
that.
she would think that. You know, she won an
saw it on
Academy
her,
Award
though.
for that movie.
I know. I was just laughing because I
You
was
have to,
imagining
because to-
Kennedy doing it.
To
And I
put
was like,
yourself in that
that movie's like
position. I mean, I haven't
I
seen
took
it,
it
but
as a compliment.
to act that out, even to be,
she was
I don't
so
know,
good.
Just, yeah.
She was
Anyway,
amazing.
we're not
good.
talking about it anymore because I haven't seen it and I can't relate.
Oh, I can't say anything. Then I don't want to ruin it. Wait,
It's
what were you?
weird,
What
it's
was the
weird.
topic here? Anyway, before I was.
I don't know. We've talked about a lot of
I'm
it.
in
We were talking
horrible
about
traffic.
how hangovers.
Oh, it was mine.
I laughed so hard when I saw that. It was health and wellness.
We were
said
brainstorming
fitness and
ideas.
health.
We have a group
I know,
chat.
but that was like so random.
We have a group chat together and we brainstorming ideas. And my mom is the only one who responded when Cory asked, like, does anyone have any topics they want to discuss? My mom writes, health and fitness.
It's not a bad topic. It's just very generic.
That's as broad as you
but-
could go.
Yeah, because I didn't know which way you guys would want to go with it. But
don't
I
have-
figured
I don't
I
have
at least
anything
would
to say
like throw
about-
something out there.
We were talking about how.
But I was thinking, like,
We meant
what
more
is she going to say about it that she doesn't do
We
that
meant
much?
more specific ideas, things that actually like pertain to like us specifically.
Yeah.
You know, like things like that have happened, or like, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it could be anything. It could go from working out and eating
Well,
healthy.
I'm curious.
or
I'm curious
eating
actually
like
because
shit.
I asked Claudia and she said she hasn't been getting that bad of hangovers. I get pretty bad hangovers now.
Hangovers.
If it literally ruins
think
the
it-
whole
I
next
think
day
it
for
gets-
me.
Wait, you
Given
do-
I'm almost 30,
You do get bad hangovers now?
if I drink like a ton,
But
which
you,
I
you
don't,
go a little
which-
fucking nuts. Okay?
Yeah, but I don't. I try not to do it as much anymore.
I think it
because
has to do with
ruins the whole
age.
day, and it makes me feel so guilty if I waste
Because
an entire
alcohol
day that I could be
It's
working.
poison.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it's
literally
fucking
is,
poison.
and
It's poison.
Well,
but
anything
it has to do
that
with
you're
Also, it
ingesting
gives
too
you-
much of is going to be.
it gives you
poisonous.
anxiety the next
age,
day.
age.
I don't know if you ever noticed, like your
older you
anxiety
are, the
levels
worse
will
it
be
gets.
higher, so like you'll be overthinking things more. At least I do.
It makes me like kind of like depressed. I don't get depressed
Yeah.
ever. It makes me like
know why?
a
That
little,
and
like,
I feel like
You know why?
hungry
Because
every
you're
20
not
minutes.
productive, like at all. So as you get older, it's like you're not productive for not just one day or 2 days or 3 days. It's like almost a whole week.
I know,
And
it
then
really
you get
does take a toll.
depressed
You get
every
so
time that You're not
tired.
able to do anything. You can't clean. You can't get up. You can't.
makes you-
You
you
can
have a
hardly go
hangover
take
for
a
a
shit
whole
or
week?
pee.
You have a hangover for a week.
Now, yeah. If I get to the point where I'm throwing up, which I don't do or I try not to do, and I haven't done that in a long time, I literally will. It will be a week. I feel like I have the flu.
That's crazy. Why do you do it then?
Yeah,
Gets worse and
Right,
worse.
exactly. Then I say that every time. I'm like, why am I doing this? And or I yell at Dakota, don't let me do this again.
Yeah, I mean, I
And
was
she is
fine the
not
next day,
helpful
but I will
because
say I was very like
we're out having a
tired.
good time. You don't realize it. We're like, oh, you want to do one more shot? We shouldn't, but let's just fuck it. Let's just do it. And then we do it. and
Well,
then
you're
we're
always like,
screwed.
it's always the situation where you're like, I'm not going to drink anymore. There's no point in doing it. And then you have like a big event or something like,
It's not
like
even a
when
big
your like
event.
wedding comes up or something, everyone's
Right.
probably going to get
No,
fucking
no. It
hammered.
doesn't take me for that. It just takes me and
You're going
Dakota
to end
to go
up getting,
out.
you're going to end up drinking something.
If me and Dakota go out and we're having a good time and we can say 6 to 7 to 8 hours at a place just drinking and eating.
Okay, well, that's
That's why
I can't do that.
That's
shit.
why I gained
Guys are like
like
Russians.
15 pounds
How
before.
the fuck you guys do
I
that?
don't know
I get
how.
so bored.
Oh, no.
Drinking is so boring. to
Well,
me.
we talk so much.
You would have loved Russian fam. Like my
Yeah,
first,
I know. Look, Russian, drink, eat, drink, eat, drink, eat.
Yeah,
That's
my
what they
first
do.
girlfriend was Russian, and there would be these big family dinners, and literally everyone would just eat and drink for like 6 hours straight, and there would be these bottles of vodka like this big that would just be completely gone. Everyone would be so drunk.
I've been at Russian parties.
Then they would wake up the next morning
and
and be
guess
fine.
what?
Yeah,
I saw-
because they drank and ate and drank and ate.
I saw
probably
an
alcoholics.
Instagram reel the other day of a Russian guy giving a big bear a giant lollipop, and the bear was eating the giant dum dum lollipop.
It's interesting.
Yeah,
Oh, the guy who has the bear pet.
and he's
Yeah, I
Russian.
think I've seen that.
Crazy.
Almost sounds
Okay,
AI.
I'm drinking this coffee, this Chamberlain coffee. I just got something that was a little
Smells
bit
really
thick.
good.
Oh, it's Chamberlain coffee. They sell that
I'm
at Whole
telling
Foods?
you,
Something was thick.
that is bad. When's the
I
date
think
on
it's
it?
expired. I just
What's the date?
It tasted sour
there
as
was
shit.
like a gelatin inside of it that I just swallowed.
That's cool. I didn't know that
Ew.
they started doing the canned coffee.
I mean, it tastes good to me, but
You've literally been saying it tastes bad for the last like 20 minutes.
no, I said it.
smells
No, she said it
good.
tastes bad. I said
It tastes like
You said
decent.
it tastes like fake sweetener.
Yeah, but I don't
No,
mind
it doesn't
fake
taste
sweetener.
like fake.
Wait, is it coffee or is it an energy drink?
it's
Well, drink it
coffee.
again. Tell me if there's any chunks in there.
Shake. Well,
I
you
guess
didn't
they're not
shake it well.
sponsoring you.
It says shake
It's
well.
Emma Chamberlain's coffee.
So I'm guessing you did not shake it well.
Oh, I didn't shake it.
there
That's
fake sweetener
why.
in it?
Oh, don't shake it now. It's
7/7/24. It's still good.
Is there fake sweetener in it?
Yeah, can you try it?
open. Move
No,
it
I
around
hate
like
fake
that.
sweetener.
Cold brew, coconut cream,
Oh my
almond butter,
God.
natural
Swirl it around,
flavors,
Claudia.
date syrup. No, it's date syrup. It has no fake
Swirl it
sweetener.
around before you drink it.
Do you drink a lot of
More
coffee?
than that, yeah.
I love a good latte.
Yeah.
I
I've
had
been-
one every day that we were in Cayman Islands, and their coffee there is
I have a
so
tip. I have a
good.
tip.
There is something gelatin.
I have a
in
tip when
this.
you drink coffee. Kennedy,
see it.
listen.
It's the
You're gonna find this useful.
You didn't shake it enough.
Ew.
That's why.
No.
Give me
There's gelatinous pieces in this. I don't know what.
No,
it
there is gelatinous pieces.
and you're
Look
still
at the
gonna drink
top
it.
word.
Listen, I have a coffee tip. Hear me out. Go to Amazon and buy L-theanine pills. Okay? Take 200
do I have
milligrams
those?
of L-theanine,
No.
and then when you drink coffee, you won't get jittery at all.
What's the point then?
I just eat breakfast and I don't
They-
get jittery.
What do you mean? What's the point? It calms you down.
Ew,
it's
I don't like
Well,
that.
people
calming
drink
agent.
coffee for the caffeine.
Yeah, but you don't feel that that jittery.
Yeah, but I think if
like,
you eat breakfast, you don't feel that feeling. I never feel that feeling
never
as long
feel
as I
that.
have
Sometimes I like the
breakfast.
jittery
Unless it's
feeling.
super strong, like
If it's not too strong, I don't like it on an empty stomach because then it makes me feel sick. But if I drink just the right amount, I will literally get an insane
Yeah.
energy burst.
When I have it with
You will
oat
still
milk,
get an
it's
energy
good. It
burst.
I will
balances it
crash.
out.
You, yes, you won't crash.
Now I want one.
makes me. I know.
Take
what do you have
L-theanine.
any recommendations for when you smoke a little bit too much weed and you start to crash from that?
Yeah, drink some alcohol.
Go to a doctor.
Snort
Do
some
a
Coke.
shot.
No,
It wakes you up.
Mom, alcohol is poison, and it's so bad for me. Why would you?
There's a
ever
lot
tell
of
me to
things
drink
that are
alcohol?
poison.
I
and
mean,
people
isn't
still do
alcohol
it.
is-
poison too?
No, it's literally medicinal.
When
They
you
would
smoke
literally
it,
sell
it's
it
not
as
poison.
medicine.
when you smoke it, go to
You can
sleep.
still alcohol
Did
is
you really
medicine.
just ask that?
What?
You're smarter than
Is
that.
it poisonous?
Did you
Did
just
you
say you
say
could
some
sell
weed is
alcohol as
poison?
medicine?
No, I'm just saying theoretically you
Oh,
could.
they used
They
to.
used to,
You can
yeah.
sell
Whiskey
alcohol
used
as
to be
medicine.
Whiskey is medicine. Like, what are you talking about? They sold it as medicine back then.
literally all they had.
ago.
Not hundreds of years ago, like 80 years ago.
Yes, and that's
Yeah.
why the life
Yeah.
expectancy
not
was
even.
so low.
40.
That's why the life expectancy was fucking 50 years old.
That's not why.
I mean, Brandon,
There's a
just
bunch
shut
of
up.
other reasons.
Alcohol is proven to be bad for you. We
No,
know
I
it
know.
is.
I know it's bad
That's
for you.
how
My
we got
point
whiskey
is,
started.
weed isn't necessarily good for
Okay,
you.
how is weed
No.
bad for you?
Because it turns you into
What?
a fucking
Yeah, it turns your
brainless
brain
zombie.
into mush.
What is bad about
I
that?
bet if you took a cognitive test before smoking weed and then after smoking weed every single day for multiple years, you
Always
would be
been dumb.
slower mentally.
Always been dumb. Never had an attention span.
Okay, first of all, I disagree.
What do you mean you
because-
disagree?
Wait, can
You've
I-
agreed with this
wait, wait,
before.
wait. Can I
Here's the
tell the story
thing.
about the pot brownie when I was 15?
Yes, but before you do that, let me just say, weed used to be, when I was younger, laced with things. So if you took it and it wasn't pure from the plant and like the actual oil extracts and stuff, then yes, you can turn to mush. But if it's
You told
the
me about
weed-
your friend who smoked too much weed and who gave you the weed tree or whatever, and you said
Well, because
you
it
said
was
he literally
laced.
like fell apart.
It was
mentally.
laced. Do you know what
Weed is
his
more pure
tree
today.
that he gave me looked like? It looked like a Christmas tree. It had sparkles all over it, and
And the
probably
stuff
had
I
acid
get,
in it.
the stuff I get from a
knows?
legit medical dispensary,
Right.
That has
Nowadays-
like prescriptions.
Well, that's
It's
good.
different.
It's much better that people are doing that than like doing,
yeah,
like,
I'm not
lace.
getting it from anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm not getting
I think
using
it
a drug
opens the
dealer.
mind if
Okay, and
you
I want to
do
tell a
it
story
right.
about how my mother force fed me a pot
Are
brownie
we
at
allowed
15.
to talk about this?
This episode might be.
It's fucking weed. It's legal.
We'll find out later.
Okay,
Really?
I want you to start the story.
Oh, so Kennedy was not feeling good. How old were you?
15.
Yeah, and going through hell, and it was worrying me. So I wanted her to calm down.
No. You didn't want me to calm down. You thought weed. We were
Well, I
trying.
wanted you to calm down as far.
She was in
as
pain.
we were
feeling-
trying.
yeah,
we were
pain.
trying different kinds of treatment.
I wanted your pain and everything to just calm you
Because
So
she has ulcerative colitis.
Yeah, she's ulcerative colitis. So I was like, I don't know where I heard it from or if I saw it or something, but I was just like, I think that if she ate it, it would. I know she wouldn't smoke it.
Also,
But I did try to
where'd
get
you
to
get it
smoke
from?
My mom's friend who made weed brownies, and I didn't realize.
Yeah, and Grandma
how
had
strong they
weed
were.
brownies in her freezer.
Yeah.
But-
and then I talked to my mom about it, and she's like, "Oh, I have them. I'll give them to you." So we took them, and I didn't.
No.
tell Kennedy.
Oh,
They're in our
let me
freezer.
describe. I'm sitting in my room, and Mom comes up to my room with a little blue plate. No, I know you know what I'm talking about. The little blue
There's
plates.
little blue ones. Yeah.
With a little square of a brownie on it, and she was like, I want you to eat this. And I was like, I don't want to. And
It's like the corner of a brownie.
she was like,
small.
just eat it. And so I eat the whole thing. An hour later, I remember I was watching a show on my...
No. I came in and first did you eat more of it? Because I remember coming in and going, because I know it takes like an hour for it to kick in.
Yeah.
That I know. So I waited for sure. And when I went in, I think I did go in at like 40 minutes and said, how are you feeling? You're like, I don't feel anything. And then I waited an hour and then I went in after an hour. And then you're sitting on your floor.
Was I acting different?
Yeah. I was like, I didn't even ask you if you felt it. I was just looking at you like,
this is all I remember.
You're sitting in Indian style and you're just like
Literally
rocking.
what me and Scarlett do now. We just sit on the couch and go like
Rocking.
this.
And I was like, Kennedy, what are you doing? And you're like, I'm in Five Below underneath the clothes racks. And I'm like,
So I felt
okay.
like I was, I don't know. I felt like I was in a
was like-
department store.
I was like, you're in your room.
That was my first time experiencing being high and being able to close my eyes and take myself anywhere I wanted to go. And all I remember was looking up at Salem and being like, holy fuck, she looks like Clifford the Big Red Dog.
oh my God.
And then also I was listening to Rihanna in my bed and going like this and like felt my body moving to all the beats, and I felt like I was performing on a stage, and I was like, this is fucking awesome. And then but I didn't really get into weed as a teenager though.
No, you didn't. Because I asked you if you liked it and you were like,
I think I was still too anxious about losing control.
She was like, I wouldn't do it again. That's what you said.
Yeah, Mom. Do you remember when you gave me NyQuil during the day? Like a lot of it.
You did
No.
that to me once, didn't recently.
Oh.
You were probably sick.
That
Wait a minute. Are you guys like
Talk
acting?
about weed.
You're
Like
fine though,
I'm
aren't
like
you?
If you
pushing
take-
drugs on you.
If you
No.
take NyQuil during the
I
day
didn't. NyQuil during the day,
and you
if-
force yourself to stay awake, you will hallucinate.
It's like a
because you know
Quaalude.
what, you were
My
probably
hands
so sick.
look like Mickey Mouse gloves.
You probably were so
Wait,
sick.
that's dramatic as fuck.
No, I'm not kidding. It was
I've taken
bad.
NyQuil during the day before. It's
Okay,
not that
but
bad.
you do a lot of drugs.
No. I'm talking about like accident. And you feel a little bit drowsy, but you don't you do not trip.
I was
from
tripping
NyQuil.
out.
No.
My hands were fucking
No.
giant. I was like,
That was probably the
Okay, can
severe
I just say,
depression,
first
untreated
of all,
depression.
To clear this up, Brandon probably had the flu because I would not have you do that otherwise. You make it sound like I'm like
Yeah, was
when
that
you were
when-
poor, you probably only had NyQuil
Was that when
available.
you had freaking
but
Lyme's
you were probably
disease?
sick.
It was
Maybe it was.
It was probably
What?
old NyQuil
When he had
too.
Lyme's disease.
Could have been. He
God,
was having
Lyme's
for
disease
2
is
weeks.
brutal.
He was having really weird,
God, that was so weird. I remember that.
I just wanna make it
we
clear
didn't know what
that-
it was.
You feeding me a pot brownie, I view as a good thing. Because I love having a mother that is open to, you didn't care about.
Oh my
God,
God.
so many people
That's
are gonna
not
be
what
like,
you were-
"Oh
what
my
I
God,
said
I
2
don't
years
horrible
ago.
mother."
No. I don't want anyone to say that because it was coming from a place of being so desperate to help me get better and help me.
Yeah.
Everything you did was to help me get better.
Yeah, you were in
And
horrible pain.
also there's tons of research out there to show that weed does help people with chronic illnesses and cancer and
definitely
Pain.
I mean, and
chronic
I was
illness.
thinking all natural. I didn't want to start feeding your body with all this
No.
heavy medication that nobody even
and
knows
that's the
if
thing,
it works.
is that the medications that doctors are prescribing are actually can have such bad side effects.
Yeah, with
Meanwhile,
other things.
Weed is like, oh, you might turn into a zombie. I don't
Right.
give a fuck.
And you don't though. You're not a zombie. so
No,
that's
I'm
good.
not. I don't
You're
feel
more creative and
that's
more
the thing.
artistic than ever.
I've been heavily
So,
smoking weed for a year now, and I don't feel at all like it has turned me into a zombie or anything. If anything, it makes me happier. It makes me more excited for life. It gives me a whole new perspective with art. It unlocks a whole new
And
part
I just
of my
want to
brain.
clear up why, because the medical weed is different, or medical cannabis is different than what people on the street are getting or what I would get as a kid. It's extremely pure. They have it where it's set. They know if you walk into a place nowadays and you say, I have high anxiety, but I'm this, they will literally have something for you. It's like
Yeah.
a prescription in a way.
Yeah.
And it's got this THC and this whatever. I don't know the breakdowns of everything, but you literally can get what's good for
It
you.
is medicine.
Yeah.
It literally is medicine. It's helped me so much with anxiety and just thoughts. And I have such an anxious mind that it helps me slow it down. And I'm also not high every second of every day. Like, I normally only get high at night, but sometimes.
I mean, there's ones where you could, not that you should do this, but there's ones where they'll wake you up and you'll be good all day long. You can go to the gym, you can be productive, you can go to work, and then you can take some to go to sleep.
I just don't see a difference
Because
between
there's
taking,
such a difference of
taking
range.
something like Zoloft every day. To me, I view it almost as a medication, but also something that allows me to just let loose and have fun. And listen, all of my close friends also love weed. So
I mean, I went through a whole stage where I was smoking, and I don't do it now, or gummies or anything.
yeah, that's
really.
the thing. Once you get into it, it's like
Stop.
Okay, what would you do in
Need
the
it.
scenario that there was a global weed shortage
kill
for
myself.
a
She
whole
would
year?
freak.
What would you
I
do?
wouldn't care. She would freak, and then I would care because she cared.
What would you do? Nothing, or would you end up resorting to doing other drugs?
I just
I
stick
wouldn't.
with
I definitely
alcohol.
wouldn't turn to other drugs. Definitely wouldn't turn to alcohol. Alcohol just literally like
For you, somebody like you, alcohol is just going to be an aggravation to your system.
It's an aggravation to everyone's system.
exactly. And
Not
also,
to mine if I'm careful.
It still is.
but also
Still has
when you're
effects.
like me and you also have the fear of throw up and all of that, drinking alcohol, there's always like an anxiety behind it of like, oh, this is gonna make me feel sick. I hope this doesn't make me sick. Whereas with weed, it literally spikes my appetite and I'm able to like eat so much food. That's another thing that it helps with is eating food and gaining weight.
Yeah, some it does. Some people it
Well,
doesn't.
for me, it does. I literally, that's like, it makes eating food not high, like way worse. Not way worse, but like you just want to be high when you're eating really good food.
I remember being very hungry,
It's awesome.
but
It is
that's
the
when I
best
was younger
feeling.
and the stuff that I was smoking.
Well, I've also always had like appetite issues because all of my issues have gone hand in hand with like anxiety and appetite and blah, blah, blah. And when I smoke weed, like I literally can just eat, and it makes food taste so good.
It must really depend on your type of personality.
I think
then,
it does.
Because if I
It
smoke
does.
every day, I feel worthless, and it would make me depressed. So it would do
Is
the
that any
opposite of what it's
kind?
doing for you.
That's
If I
even
did
any
what
I'm
you
kind
just
do,
so-
I'd feel worthless and depressed.
No, I do. Like I don't need anything. Like I have no.
Well, congratulations.
No, I'm just saying that we're like different in that way.
Yeah.
Because if I took it, I would feel it would make me miserable. But for you, it helps you.
Yeah, me and you are like the same. Because
Yeah.
I love being like completely clear-headed and like focused and
I used to feel
Well,
that.
I
I feel like, working out, I feel like is a natural high.
Yeah.
And we've been working
Probably.
out, the three of us, we work out a lot. So my cardio literally is like, that is a natural high for me. Doing 30 minutes of
I work
cardio.
out
I'm in
too.
another
Well, that's the
world.
thing.
My
I
fingers
feel
when
like-
I'm rolling
And then
a
I'm
joint.
starving, so then I'll eat.
I feel like actually exercising properly does a lot of the same things that all the
Yeah.
drugs end up doing anyway, but naturally.
And it benefits you even
and,
more.
and sometimes even better than the drugs
Yeah.
that you're taking. It's just like people
Everybody's
don't have the
different.
willingness to go and do it.
Yeah.
Like it's in everyone's control. Like anyone can go
And also
do
just
something
like,
physical.
I think everybody needs to know that every human is different, every body is different, every mind is different. Just because something works for someone else doesn't mean it's going to work for you, and just because it doesn't work for someone else doesn't mean it won't work for you.
I'm
think a form
wondering.
of-
I'm wondering if you would get the same effects if you like worked out often.
It would take her a while to get to that point, though.
I
because
How do
she
you
doesn't
know
love
if
it.
you haven't tried working out consistently?
She would have to
ever?
dance or something, like dance.
I know what that's the thing. You guys think that I like lay on my couch and sink into it all day. Like I am active. I do dance around my apartment. I will
I am active. I twirl around in the mirror in my apartment.
listen. I go
your head.
crazy. I know I go crazy in my apartment sometimes. I literally like.
I'm just imagining you running
body
around like
sweat.
head banging to like
I
rock
do.
music.
I do because I listen to K-pop when I do it, but
You do?
Yeah,
You like
'cause-
K-pop?
I mean I listen to Blackpink. That's really I listen to a few other bands, but it's just
I
there's
think
some about
that's
the
a form
beats.
of activity, though.
It's
so
just
it
the
works.
K-pop music is like made for dancing.
I'm gonna have
Yeah.
to try that when I work out.
No.
'cause
Oh yes, you should because it is great workout
I've been
music.
like hating every music lately.
No,
I
you gotta
can't find
try
anything.
it. I mean, you
good.
might find. I don't know if you would like it, but
I just need I like a good like beat that's not annoying.
it doesn't annoy me.
Like
I don't
so many
think it would
things
annoy
lately are
you.
annoying.
Yeah.
K-pop, anime music, like the intros to anime.
It's not.
Yeah, but a lot of people.
It's not anime
You
music.
try
I'm gonna
it.
try it. I'm gonna try it.
Mom's gonna start listening to anime music when she does her workout.
Well, the
I
thing
know.
is-
I probably already do and don't realize it.
When you watch a K-pop music video, the dances are so mesmerizing and so like the way that they move is so addicting that it makes me want to try it. And then of course I've tried to learn the dances a million times and I fail every time because I'm just not a dancer. But to try, especially high,
could be.
and when I'm high, I feel like I'm an amazing dancer, and I feel like I can freestyle really well. Yeah, but it's fun and it is a workout. I don't care what you bitches say.
Not our kind of workouts, your kind of workout.
It's like a light
you're
workout.
developing a fitness app. You have literally been obsessed with fitness your entire life, and so have you basically. And you're marrying the YouTube's biggest fitness man. I don't give a fuck about fitness. Okay, it doesn't interest me at all. And I have tried time and time again to get into going to the gym to do at-home workouts.
Think that like if you got a really fun dance class that you had said that. It's like in a group or
I'm sure I could find like a dance class or something, but also I'm moving and I'm going to be walking all the time, so I'm not worried.
Yeah, everyone in New York is in shape because they all have to walk everywhere.
Exactly. That's literally, I told Scarlett yesterday, I was like, that's like 50% of the reason why I want to move is just because I'm not active enough, despite what I just said moments ago. I know I'm not active enough, but you guys act like I literally don't ever move.
Yeah, before cars existed, people probably had to walk all the time. And then the amount of calories they burned were probably way higher than now.
Why would you say that? I didn't mean to say ew, but just the idea of me having a dog, it's like my nightmare.
Cats
you can walk a cat.
No, the cats actually are faster, but they would just.
I wouldn't.
Mom, weren't you trying to walk your cat? She bought like a stroller for the cat to like take it on walks outside like a baby.
Walking a dog.
Is that what you do? Is that what you do when you're?
We haven't done it yet.
Is that what you do when you're older and in a?
I think people do it when they're younger too.
I've seen young people take their cats on boats. Were you trying to have your cat mimic you and Dakota's baby, and you're trying to take it on walks?
Yeah, Brandon.
In a little stroller.
Yep. You're on to me.
I've never seen somebody take a cat in a stroller. That's like some next level shit.
You've never seen a cat in the woods on a hike?
Stroller on a hike?
A stroller.
There's
on a backpack.
The cat doesn't even know it's on a hike.
There are cats that literally will stand on people's shoulders and like
they're so active.
Brandon, there's a guy on Instagram who puts his cat's like 13 years old too. He drives on a bike and he puts the cat in the front of it and then he lets it out and it walks along like bridges and shit.
On motorcycles, they put little helmets on them.
That's insane. It walks on bridges.
Yeah, Brandon.
They have a cat.
Our cats are super domesticated.
I'm gonna flood your Instagram now with reels with this.
Yeah, and he's not gonna watch any of them.
Probably not.
I watch the ones you send me.
Yeah, I try not to send a lot.
I rarely send you ones. That's why.
Well, if you send me one, it has to be fucking good. Because as soon as you send me one that's bad, I'll never look at them again.
Everyone I send is good, isn't it?
Yeah, usually. What's the last one you sent?
I don't remember. I send a lot. I look at a lot of fucking reels. I am addicted to reels.
Well, I never open TikTok. The only time I open it is when you send me something or like Kate does.
I just haven't been going on TikTok at all.
Speaking of TikTok, they just released news that it's probably going to be banned.
No, it isn't.
I don't think it's going to be banned.
They're voting.
They already
today.
voted today.
They're voting today. Corey, you told me it's going to be banned.
No, it's not going to be banned.
Okay.
Oh, it passed the House.
Yeah,
okay.
I saw it before I left. They want them to sell it.
If that happens, like literally, that's like we're living in a fucking like
we're living in a simulation.
Yeah.
No, they want them to sell it.
Yeah, I clicked on my TikTok this morning to open it up, and because I have like a creator account, it said like call your senators today, like and let them know because they're voting today, and like we don't want like.
Yeah, they're you know what?
Hashtag
they're
keep
butthurt
TikTok.
because they don't have the control of it. Am I allowed to say that?
If Scarlett was here, she'd be saying no.
Yeah, they don't. I know, right? I'm like, uh-oh.
No, it's actually like terrifying. Like that they can take things away like that. They don't have control
of it. That's
yeah,
the
but it's
only
like
reason.
it's so much more than just like
we don't even know the half of it.
A silly little app or something. Like this is literally people's career.
Yeah,
like,
but it has to do with
it's a trade-off because there's two sides to it. One, they're taking it away and it's people's career, and yeah, that sucks. But the other side is it's not owned by the U.S. It's owned by
yeah, but why does that matter?
Because
they want them to sell it. So if they sell it, they may keep it.
It's owned by a Chinese company, and because it's owned by a Chinese company, all the data that's being put through TikTok is being processed by China, and the Chinese government has control over the Chinese companies.
I consent. They can have my data.
Can you let him talk?
They can dictate and collect the information and then use it for whatever they want. So all of your preferences, everything that you're doing on a global scale, because everyone uses it, they have all of that information about the United States.
But why does that matter?
Yeah,
because
it's public
they can
information.
use that as leverage, and they're a country that like we are allies with, but there's also potential.
I just don't understand that. Like leverage for what?
It's because it's a national security thing. Because if they know everything about us, then they can basically do things in order to manipulate the country in certain ways.
I still don't get that though. It's
yeah, but can't they still? They can still log in and look at it all.
It's the same thing how when you're using Instagram and an ad pops up and and you're like, oh, how does this ad is perfect for me? Like, how does it know? It's because they're collecting all the data value and can present things to you. It's the same deal, but they have control over it. They can basically cause micro manipulations in the population, so you do things a certain way.
Right.
Yeah, it's because another country has more control over the U.S. than the U.S. does itself.
That's why they want them to sell it. If they sell it, then we're back.
So it's hard because
gonna be okay.
yes, you're taking away people's careers,
Right.
but at the same time, China has more control than the U.S. does over the platform.
You're not
which
talking your
causes
mic. You're
problems.
moving your mic all around.
It's still in front of
I
my
understand, but also I will be like devastated. That's like a part of my
you have
life,
a bias
literally.
because it's part of your career.
I don't think it's.
It's
gonna
just so
it's-
much
it's
more than
not
that,
gonna
though.
happen.
Like, it's not the same as Instagram Reels. It's not the same as YouTube. Like, it's literally like the platform that basically like I don't know. Like, I had other social medias before, but when I started that like actually changed my life.
They're doing it.
So, like, them
because
taking
of
that
the
away is
elections. So
sad.
it's. I don't even think they could do anything within 6 months. And
Well,
that's
well,
what
let me
they
ask you this:
need.
if TikTok gets taken away, where do you think everyone's going to go?
To Instagram and YouTube, I know.
Do you have an Instagram and YouTube account that's successful?
Yeah, well, she's fine, but a lot of people wouldn't be.
Right.
There's so many small businesses. There's people that have started businesses online that have literally blown up their business strictly from TikTok
And
because
quit
it's
their 9
not
to 5.
I
It's
think they
not the
just
same
need
as
to fix the shit.
Instagram.
That's
It's
what I
not.
think.
My stuff that I put on TikTok will do really well, but that does not mean that it's going to do really well on Instagram.
Right.
It might reach my following and that's it. But like, I've over double the following that I have on Instagram and YouTube. Like, I have 1.3 million on TikTok. I only have like 400 something K on Instagram. It's a huge difference for me. Like, that is literally like
but
the main
if it
platform.
happens, which it probably won't, you would still go to another platform.
I
and
would,
it would
but
increase.
still, it would still-
and everybody would be in the same boat
It
as
would
you.
still suck and be devastating.
Right.
So what do you?
That's their plan. That's what they want to do. Sell it.
What do you think right now is better about TikTok than Instagram? Besides, just I know you have more followers on it, but like, what do you think besides that makes it better than Instagram?
I think like the people you reach on there in terms of posting tends to be a lot less hateful than it is on Instagram Reels.
I feel like finding the niche audiences is way better on TikTok.
Yeah.
The algorithms are way more specific. With Reels, it's like it's getting into the wrong hands all the time.
And
You
people
can see that
are
in the comments.
fucking mean. Like, I will go to the most innocent video of a mom like making her kids like the most healthiest
I
food
know
she can.
yeah.
And people are hating on her because she's doing these things that are just like no one else can do
Dude,
it. And I'm
on
like,
Instagram Reels, people hate on mothers like fucking crazy. And
Brutal.
it's insane.
it's brutal. People hate on me too on there. Like, I post the most simple stuff. I post the stuff that I post on TikTok, and the comments are so fucking
so
negative.
weird.
So do you
People
think your
just-
audience is finding like a polarizing audience who's they're attracted to your content, but like they
just
have
going
different
to
they have
random
like
people.
a different belief system?
It's just
So-
going to random people. That's literally it.
and then you think TikTok finds people who genuinely
Yes.
are interested
and
in
it,
the
and
content.
it also shows it to the people that are obviously following
it
you.
goes
that-
both ways because sometimes I get meaner comments on TikTok, and I actually don't really get mean comments on my Instagram Reels, but it's like
I just think
It's
there's
me
mean
baking a
people
cake,
everywhere.
like-
So
I don't know. I always think that people that are like more Instagram Reel dedicated will do better on there. Though they can do well on there than post on TikTok, and it does shit. But for me, mine is I post on TikTok, I do well. If I post on Instagram, sometimes it'll do well, but usually not nearly, given I don't give it as much attention as I do my TikTok. But like, I don't know. I just like my TikTok feels different. It feels separate. It almost feels like a little group of like tight knit people that I have watching my content that I like regularly can communicate with.
yeah.
Whereas on Instagram, I feel like I don't have as much control of like
well,
who it
if you're
goes to.
following Claudia on TikTok and TikTok ends up not being a thing anymore, go to her Instagram.
Well, I mean, you're gonna have to because of where else is it? It's either gonna be shorts or Instagram Reels. If they
I
do
mean,
ban it.
Instagram
Yeah,
Reels.
it's gonna be reels. I mean, I
Instagram
do like
already is.
watching reels, but like it's because the most random fucking shit pops up, and I'm like, what even is this? It's like,
Well, that, but also I get a lot of really, really interesting art reels.
yeah, there's like so many
That's what I
crazy
try to-
things like cakes and things that
That's
I
what I try to
watch.
stay on.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just feel like it's just different. It's not the same. It's also not as like seamless to use as TikTok. Like TikTok's really easy to post on. They also have like all the things like the trendy viral sounds and things like that, which I think is like a fun
Instagram needs to step it up then.
Well, no, Instagram has the trendy sounds too, and also now TikTok doesn't have a bunch of music on it.
Yeah, they removed
so TikTok is like already kind of
because Universal Music Group took off all their music because they couldn't come to like an agreement with TikTok.
My God.
Their contract ended, and they didn't they couldn't.
Yeah, so like
they couldn't come to an agreement.
Given there's a lot of popular songs that are with other.
Yeah, that's the thing, is it is benefiting indie artists a lot, but
yeah, you still find sounds that work. Like honestly, I don't.
But so many of my videos got muted.
Such an issue.
I know so many got muted, yeah. And then you go back, and you're like, okay, I'm silently doing nothing.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully they can just sell it to an American company.
Yeah,
and it
that's what they're trying.
Why would they ever do that though?
Because that's what they're trying to do.
Because they have to. It's either it dies, because what happens is if they lose all of their U.S. audience.
Yep. Yeah, that sucks.
It's all U.S. audience. They're going to just fizzle out.
That does suck though for like the CEO of TikTok, because he that's probably like his baby. He created that, and then they want to sell it. I mean, I would feel that. Imagine Brandon, someone who's creating an app.
Yeah, but it doesn't
the
work
app already
that way.
Existed.
Like I'm actually building it. Like he didn't actually build
No.
it. He's a CEO of a big organization.
Yeah, and he also bought Musical.ly.
It's owned by a company called ByteDance, who makes other apps. And they're like a global, and they're probably, I don't know this for a fact, but they're probably very closely tied to the Chinese government too, because the government helps a lot of the companies, and they're directly involved in the companies more so than the U.S. government is involved in U.S. companies. It's a very different setup.
Listen, that's why I don't pay attention to any of that, because I'm just like, I really don't feel like anyone actually knows anything, and they're hiding so much stuff.
Well, yeah, I'm
also,
sure.
There's so much information and so much data, and a single person can't go and do like this vast amount of research and then understand everything in depth. So whenever everyone says like, "Oh, I know this is probably like what's going on," and like I think this is wrong because of that.
Pisses me off.
You probably didn't research. You have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, no. People will make such bold claims and confidently say shit online. Meanwhile, their sources is like a TikTok. Or
exactly.
Or one comment that I'll see
true.
people super like unrelated, but people talking about Taylor Swift and how everyone hates on her, and people will read one thing, and I'll literally see people arguing in comments and being like, well, I saw a comment that said this, or I saw an article that said this, and it's like, oh, you read one thing and you probably just read that and went with it because you're looking for a reason to hate someone.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
if you want to be an expert on something, you need to watch every documentary, read every book available, listen to every perspective, not just one singular perspective.
And don't say anything until you do.
Yeah, and even then,
you're still not an expert.
Even then, you're still not, like, the concept of an expert doesn't actually mean anything. Like,
that's why everyone
expert is like, people see an expert as like an all-knowing person. There's no all-knowing anyone.
It's okay to give your opinion, but not like this is it.
I think it's okay to give your opinion as long as you're also like not the type of person to have your opinion so set in stone that you won't hear other people's perspectives on something.
Right.
Like, I'm always open to other people's perspectives because I like to try to understand how other people think in comparison to how I think. And it's like, it's okay to disagree with people. Well, not always.
And not hurt somebody's feelings in the process of giving your opinion.
Yeah, but I mean, there's also topics that aren't disagreeable that people will disagree on. But
on
that's
that
a whole
note,
other topic.
People like to argue.
We're at 55 minutes, so I think it's probably time to end it.
When did you guys start before I got here?
We're only like 10 minutes into
like 10 minutes. Damn. Do you have any final words since you were late
Next time,
to the party?
Wait for me.
It was Brandon's idea.
He said, let's start.
Okay, this was why. No. The reason I wanted to start right away is because we always come in here and then everyone has a conversation in the kitchen, and then
there's stuff.
If this is a podcast
there's
format,
certain things that we can't talk about on camera,
or that you wouldn't want to talk about.
I had a story
like
what was the story I just wanted to tell?
But
save it for next time. Thanks for watching.
I had a story I want to tell that I was going to say I can't tell on camera.
Oh, okay. So we can end it.
Yeah. Bye.